The day I got polio, it was right after Christmas. I was playing with trains, and I stood up to go do something, and I collapsed. And I complained to my mother that I had a headache and was feverish, and of course, you know, the first thing they did was rush me off to the doctor. I remember that I was the only kid in kindergarten that had polio, and that I had kids wanted me to take off my long leg steel brace and let them wear it because that was something different, you know. So I would, you know, lie up under the tree and not be able to walk around, and they would like limp around with my brace and pretend to be me, and it was like a big deal. During the epidemics of the 30s and the 50s, people were scared to death to let their kids out during the summer to go to public pools. People were afraid to congregate in large groups because they didn't know how polio was spread. You never knew who was going to get sick. It was like the angel of polio would go around and poke at people and go, okay, you get polio, you get polio, you get polio. The health officials had no idea how to combat it. They didn't know what to tell people. Quarantine was the usual thing to do because, like with any smallpox or typhoid or tuberculosis outbreak, you quarantine people. Maybe 40% of the polio patients from the epidemics in the 50s survived. And the rest of them had to go through some very painful surgeries and physical therapy. My earliest memories of what it was like was hearing the cries of other children. Excuse me. Hearing other children cry and wail and scream in pain because it's an extremely painful disease. To be able to keep children from having to go through what I and all the other polio patients went through is so important. Nobody should have to suffer like that.
I had one brother. His name was Gaston. He was 2 years older. He was 13. I was 11. He came down with aches and chills and fever. The doctor came. He said, I think we better take you and have him checked for polio. He was in the hospital for about 4 days. And then he died. His funeral was on a Sunday. And Monday, I went to the hospital. Tuesday morning, when I semi-awoke, I was in iron lung. I was appalled. I was amazed. I could not believe I was in this machine. At this point in my life, I don't leave the iron lung for any reason. Eating, bathing, what have you. This is where I live. If I encountered a person in India or Timbuktu who would not vaccinate their children because they thought they would be doing harm to their child, I'd be glad to tell them. But they need to realize what they're doing. And I don't think they're doing.